Hello, happy Saturday. There's a phrase or a saying, the wise man knows himself to be a fool, but the fool knows himself to be a wise man. I think a lot of misgivings and unintentional harm that people cause to others that we do without really thinking sort of comes down to incompetence. I've in the past been untruthful, selfish, deceptive, but more than anything I think naive and misguided. I haven't really taken into account the kind of full picture, my whole holistic circumstance, and I think that's led me into some really poor circumstances. I think there's other people too who have done things, that contraindicate with my life, and things which don't, out of an ignorance. They didn't think that, I don't know, they kind of thought it was a cushy little number and they were never going to have to worry about anything. And so there's this thing I'll show you called the Dunning-Kruger effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias in which people with low ability or knowledge in a specific area tend to greatly overestimate their own competence. This is often because they lack the necessary knowledge to recognise their own deficiencies. Conversely, the effect also suggests that highly competent individuals may underestimate their abilities, assuming that what is easy for them is also easy for others. They tend to be more accurate in their self-assessment, but may not fully appreciate how much more skilled they are than their peers. Key characteristics of the Dunning-Kruger effect: overestimation of ability. Incompetent people often believe they're more skilled or knowledgeable than they actually are. Lack of metacognition. They lack metacognitive ability, the ability to think about their own thinking, to recognise their own incompetence. Also, the inability to recognise expertise. People affected by this bias may also fail to recognise genuine skill and competence in others, as well as rejection of feedback. They might be resistant to criticism or feedback because it conflicts with their inflated self-perception. Classic example is an amateur class chess player who believes they're a great strategist but consistently loses games to more experienced players. Their lack of knowledge prevents them from understanding the complexities of the game and therefore from accurately assessing their own skill level. The Dunning-Kruger effect explained. This video from Sprouts provides the content overview. I don't want to watch a YouTube video. I'm already making one, and probably not many people are going to watch this either. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Some people care. A lot of people know. And what I'm trying to say is just that I probably have been in a situation where I've been a subject to this effect, where I haven't really known my full circumstances and the context of, the interplay between other people's lives. And equally, I guess, there are people who I've had as my opponents, logistically and literally, who I guess underestimated the vulnerabilities of their own position too. And it didn't turn out good. It turned out really bad. Like, the whole situation's really bad now. Just want it to get better. But rather than apportioning blame or conversely trying to construct justification, what I'm sort of getting at, as I often say with this video, is that, sometimes there's just a void of misunderstanding and lack of knowledge, and to a greater or lesser extent, I think we're all kind of subject to that known knowns and known unknowns paradigm. So with reference to that and taking that into a kind of holistic understanding, I hope that you can enjoy your weekend, and whatever you do know and whatever you don't know are things that you should qualitatively quantify. Otherwise, you might end up in a shit position like me.